And we are live, so switching to this. Remember, Warden... Actually, wait,
You have not rolled Dex.
Yeah, I have not, because I was doing the housekeeping for my freaking thing, okay? Chill. Yay, we got a light side. Finally! After all of that dark side.
Oh, it is balanced now, alright. Now.
You just go ahead and flip one of those to the light, please?
I'd rather not. Anyway, Dex, Mr. Excitable, would you do me a favor and recap from 2 weeks ago when we last played?
Yes.
2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Longer than that, wasn't it?
Indeed.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Dex was not very much into what was happening since he was being uploaded into his new brain. So, I do know that the group, I'm thinking it was Warden, or was it Viserion, or, I'm thinking, went to a possible auction to see what was being sold on this planet. So, Viserion, what is going on? Why are you showing your video face like freaking Darth Sidious and everything? What the hell? Very funny. Okay, anyway. During the auction, the group discovered that they saw the carbonated form of Gotern Sai and decided to rescue her. Apparently, the individual who bought Gotern was Ding Ding, a Inquisitor, and a battle ensued while the ship was being repaired and while Dex was also being repaired. It was a heated battle moment. Gotern got injured, again, fell unconscious, and Viserion, Ryan, and Warden were captured by the Inquisitor, and supposedly, transported to, what was it, Korriban, or... Was it Korriban, or something else?
I'm still asleep.
Yeah, I'm asking the Force, because, like, he said it before, so...
It's your recap.
I'm thinking it was something here, it was something Orban.
Moving onwards?
Yeah, moving onwards. So the group, Dex found this out and is now, aware of what's happening. He met up with CT and CT told him everything as they went to go find, Gotern, who was in the hospital with a mysterious figure. So, yeah, and the group was basically buying equipment such as Koto tanks to put into the ship as well as repair the ship. So, yeah.
What the ham sandwich is a Koto tank?
Koto, you know,
the Bacta tank?
Bacta tank, sorry, Koto, Bacta, sorry,
What is... I don't know what Koto is. I don't even know what a Koto tank is.
Koto tank, or whatever, something, I don't know.
It's a Bacta tank, though.
Bacta tank, yeah, it's the correct term, but yeah, So yeah, that's kind of the recap right now, as I am trying to look for the planet that, the Force said last session. Like, that was 3 weeks ago. I have not seen it.
Hey, you got pretty close. It's just about everything.
Yeah. I'm looking. So, like, everything could go on while I look for the planet that you said it was.
Mm-hmm. So, I believe that you guys are still on that planet. waiting for someone to recover.
Was there a estimate on when the back to tanks were going to be prepped and ready for go turn to be moved, or do we not know that ETA yet?
No, because I told them to install it, so they're probably installing it. We don't know how long the installation is going to happen, so it gives us time to basically check on go turn's condition, which I think we did, as well as Crystal's condition, because Crystal's also with us, and other situations as well. So
you guys got 2, correct?
yes, we got 2, so we can heal people more efficiently. Because again, I don't need organic material. You meat bags need it.
Yeah, so you need a whole head replaced. Anyway,
yes, make fun of the droid potato head. Do that. Mr. Droid Potato Head.
I have explicit permission. Anyway, Helios.
Yes, sir.
You are currently in the hospital room. Dex has informed you that after some time, the back-to-tank materials have arrived at the ship. He has let the engineers in, and they are installing the back-to-tanks into your ship. Whilst you're kind of going through
Moribond. It was Moribond. Over here, Moribond. So yeah,
aren't you the elephant in the room?
Sorry. Sorry, I figured out the planet. Yay. Sorry.
With that being said, you manage. You also see in the back of the tank, when the tank in the room you're currently in, Goturn's hand slowly begin to rise up, and her hand presses against the glass, pointed in a particular direction almost, like she's reaching for something.
Look over and see what that might be.
It's, from what you can see, it's the corner of the room.
Is there anything in the corner?
Mm-mm. Her eyes aren't open. She's just reaching out, like doing the whole gesturing for grabbing something.
I swear, if I left you there and you get kidnapped, I swear.
I'm gonna walk a little bit towards the corner. I'm a little concerned she might be trying to bring her lightsaber to her if she has one.
She actually stole, I believe, was it Ryan's or Viserion's lightsaber?
Yeah, well, I have that. If we get a little bit closer to the corner, can I make anything out? If the lights aren't all the way up, I'll turn the lights up first, because obviously that's easier.
Yeah, you can turn the lights a bit up, because, it can kind of dim with your guest in the corner over there. But a quick cursory look, and doesn't seem to be anything there. At least not in the immediate vicinity. And you can kind of make out that with the motion she's making to her hand, it looks like she is trying to, hold something.
And you said the guest is still here?
Yes. She's actually getting up to leave at this point. She will begin walking towards the door. She'll kind of glance at go to her for a moment. Then she it appears she has a very strong connection to something she left behind.
By any chance, is the direction she's facing where she would have been on the ground when I slashed the mask to pieces?
Yeah, not exactly. You have to do a lot of math to figure that out. You've traveled quite a bit. I'm gonna say it's pointing in the direction you came from, at least in a general sense. She's pointing. You can tell she's at least pointing in the direction towards the exit of this higher, this almost nobility district that you're in, where the high middle class and up live.
Before the visitor leaves, when you were in the order, Did you have much experience with Sith artifacts?
He stops and thinks for a moment. I don't believe so now. There are a lot of things I've tried to put out of my mind since then. And there are some parts where there are gaps there as well. I can't recall immediately any sort of artifact, at least not on the scale that you have found.
Goturn was in possession of one.
I'm aware. I told you I've been in contact with my apprentice of sorts. He didn't understand it as much.
He or she? Goturn's a she.
You are in the conversation. Keep your mouth shut.
I'm just saying, you get angry at us when we don't use the correct phone.
Because I'm not referring to Goturn.
Oh.
If you're gonna listen in, pay attention to what's happening here.
Well, I'm not there, so I can only assume.
Exactly. Then keep your mouth shut.
Okay.
Anyway.
Force, you're in rare form today.
Anyway, in any sense, I do know though, from what I've been told, it is very dangerous. I am glad that it is gone.
I'm glad it's gone too. I'm just concerned what this is about, pointing towards Goturn and the motions that she's making.
She kind of looks at the glass for a moment, and she kind of looks me looking Goturn in the face. Goturn's expression seems a bit, almost like a slight bit of pain and discomfort. It seems to be reaching out not desperately, but more so persistently.
Okay.
Do me a favor, make an education or a xenology check.
I love it. What's the difficulty?
At 2 difficulty, with 1 setback die.
Well, I can remove the setback die. I mean, that's at least one thing I can do.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there you go. So, with that being said, you've never really thought about it much, but you can kind of recognize that Goturn is a Solonian. Solonians, especially females, are kind of a warrior species, in a sense. As technologically focused as they are warriors, and only their females like Goturn can become them. When they come of age, there's some sort of, they go through a rigorous round of training of sorts, and they kind of build their own weapon at a particular point in time. That becomes the weapon they use for however long they're in service. It's a very special kind of moment when they finally make a working weapon of their own.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go get that for her. If I leave the hospital, she'll probably end up missing from the hospital, and we can deal with the weapon later.
Okay. That's just what you kind of reached out for as far as information goes.
Yeah, this dress is probably not good for her, so I'm gonna throw an influence power her way to give her calming emotions. Let's force sedate her a little bit so she's just going to heal a little bit easier.
Cool. Roll for the power check, my guy. Hold on a moment before you start pressing buttons here. I'm going to need you to do an opposed force power check if you don't mind me saying so.
Not a problem.
Fantastic. It's going to be 3 red and 2 purple, please.
3 red and 2 purple.
Correct.
She is a very high discipline there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so unfortunately, well, you reach out into the forest, try to give a sense of comfort and care. It says just to put her at ease, it's okay. We're gonna make this right. Calm down so we can get better. And she's just rejecting you outright. It's she seems very focused on what she's reaching out for. How you do, however, do see something for a moment. You do see there's a moment where you can just see her kind of see something else entirely. A small vision. You can see her sitting down and with a bunch of, you can see her sitting down a jungle area, and there's a bunch of what look like strange black rocks on the ground, and in the middle of that is a sort of circular rock, a shiny rock. She kind of holds, you can see her holding her hands up, kind of just really thinking, just really focusing her, and she starts to shake. Her hands start to curl into fists, and then you can feel a surge of almost hate, but then it calms, and it becomes much more controlled. Her hands relax, and for a moment you feel it feels kind of similar to how you are when you're next to Viserion for a moment, and you can see the pieces slowly begin to rise, and they start to swirl around and converge on the circular rock. And before anything else happens, you are back here.
Was there anything special about the circular rock, or just it's a black circular rock?
It's not a black circular rock. It's almost kind of a silvery color. It's got a silvery color to it. With a slight shine. Would you like to roll to see what kind of thing it is?
Sure.
Please make a hard lore or education check, please. And I'm going to spend a dark side point to upgrade that for me, please.
Okay. I'm gonna go with lore for sure.
Fantastic.
You're killing it, buddy.
Yeah. It takes you a moment. But once you finally you try to search your mind. It's what could that be? What could that be? It's something relevant, something, and then it hits you, and you begin to understand clearly. There is the understanding about constructing a lightsaber is that you don't necessarily need to use a kyber crystal exactly to have a functional blade. There are lots of things in the galaxy that can take the place of a kyber crystal, and that will work and have different effects on the blade itself. There are also plenty of rare things in that fashion that have been known to take the place and make great blades as well. One of those things, a particular pearl coming from a creature called a crate dragon. And these are especially hard to get because you have to kill the crate dragon and dig into its heart to find it. And even if you do, there is no guarantee that killing the crate dragon will guarantee that it's in there.
All right. Yep. I know what she wants. Still pretty sure that if I leave the hospital, bad things are happening to her, so... Gonna kind of prioritize her over an object. Still.
Hey, man, it's you. It's
I will, however.
You are as alone as you think you are.
Well, the visitor's about to leave. I'll look. She's not gonna rest until she gets what she wants. It's her lightsaber.
Are you saying that?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Huh.
I don't think it's safe to leave her alone.
Would you like me to wait here?
I'd recommend one of us stays with her. If you'd like to volunteer, then I'll go get the object.
She kind of looks back at her and then looks back at you. I can sense a bit of distrust within deep within her mind. I believe if she knows that you got her blade back for her, she might be a bit more open to you. I will stay here and watch over her if that is your primary concern. I'd recommend you don't take too much time, and for your sake, maybe don't cause too much trouble.
Understood.
Trouble's our middle name.
I'm gonna put the hood back up, leave the hospital, and I'm gonna try to use the seek power to see if I can focus in on either the dragon pearl or the lightsaber itself, knowing that it's Goturn's lightsaber.
Cool. Is there a difficulty attached that I can just roll for it?
But the difficulty is whatever you want to make it. 'Cause it's a force power, you can always make it a discipline check if it's going to be something that's hard to do.
I'll make it easy. Because y'all use your successes to make it just easy.
Alright. Well, I didn't roll any successes, so... Well, no, but I don't have any successes on the actual roll.
No,
you can use light side points to change failure to add successes to your roll.
Yeah, because you have two light sides.
Dex.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
Let me explain it.
Sorry.
Got it. So you can use your light side points to generate successes to turn your one failure to one success, and then you can use a dark side point to generate as many force points as you need to make the power work itself.
Oh, okay. If you let me do that, then sure.
So I will say though, if you use a dark side point, you have to flip a destiny point. You'll take strain equal to the amount of points you use, and you'll take conflict as well. So there is that, but it will generate the points you need to make the check work in your favor.
Okay. So I need 2 to get the power to go off at all.
Yes. So
and then extra ones will give me extra details. So flip the light.
There's only once. There's only once.
I only clicked once. I don't know why it did it twice. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
I'll put it back.
So.
And then I'll go ahead and take 2 to activate it for sure.
Mm-hmm. So you have a success. Succeed the roll.
And then I'll
dark side points are you making it?
I have to take 2 dark side automatically just to use the power. Okay. And then I'll just go ahead and take another 2 so I can get a total of 5 details about this thing.
So you will take 4. You take 4 strain and 4 conflict.
Yep.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna reach out to try to figure out where it is, and for a moment it kind of evades you. And despite how much you don't like it, you bring yourself to put your feelings in a line to what Goturn felt, and to try to simulate how their connection to the mask almost. And it takes a strong hold of you as it flows into a memory. You can see not your own memory, but someone else's within the crowd, watching the blade going up on stage. You can't really hear anything; it's very muffled, but you can hear a call. You can hear that it's a shouting. You can tell you're in the middle of what appears to be a great crowd. They're seeing me auctioning off the lightsaber, and you see a large armored man next to you yell something, and no one else can test with them. You can recognize him, see his face, and then for a moment you can hear his voice, and no one else can test. It's like they congratulate him. They send it off, and he goes off and walks off towards a booth to make his purchase. And you can kind of like almost follow along behind him, and you can see him walking to a particular part was walking off towards the street, and then you can see him walking past the contingent of stormtroopers from before, and then you can kind of get a sense of the world kind of shakes for a minute. He starts running. He looks back and sees gunfire, and appears to be someone running up to so he be firing someone in a corner off into the marketplace. He runs off. He goes dark between alleyway and street, and it'll finally run into a particular looking store, and inside you see a number of other weapons as well. And that is where that ends for you.
Okay. I'm gonna head back to where the fight happened, and then follow the vision to where he did to get an idea of where the store would be then.
Alone?
I am just going to see where the store is.
Okay.
Alright. You go back, follow along, and you see... Oh, I want to try this, like... Doraliz's arms and shields. Right there on the top of the store. It looks almost like a miniature fortress of sorts. But with your eye, you can see it's more aesthetic. It's both this. It's less aesthetic and functional.
All right, head back to the ship.
Mm-hmm. Dex, Helios has returned, and Helios, when you return to the ship and you get on board, you see some engineers putting in place the base of the back the tanks and with some of the other parts strewn about on the ship. Before you walk into you saw two large containers of greenish liquid outside.
Dex.
Yes.
We need to get Goturn's weapon back. It's in a pretty heavily fortified building. Hopefully we can get it back without actually causing a scene. But that's the first step towards actually going after the rest of them. So, you feeling good? Are you fixed?
Dex.
Can you move again?
Dex, you can in fact move.
Well, yeah, obviously I can move. How do you think I was able to... Actually, no, I was not there at the hospital. I was still back at the ship. Yep, thank you.
Yeah. Be smart if you want to. I was gonna clap back real hard.
No. I was reminding myself, it's been 3 weeks, okay? Chill. So yeah, I can move again. That's good. So, Dex then says, so what you're saying is Goturn had a lightsaber of her own design.
I'm gonna kind of look around and make sure like the workers aren't around while he was saying lightsaber.
I mean, they were. They kind of just ignore that. They have no clue what that means in a broader sense. But yeah, they're right there.
No, I said she had a weapon. Looking directly like eyeing the workers while I say that to make my point obvious, and then look back.
Okay, but seeing that we know what she is, but yeah, I get it. You said weapon, okay. So where is this weapon located exactly?
Are you functional or not?
I am functional indeed, sir, even though this head is a bit odd to have on my body, but it is adequate.
Well, don't pack for war, but grab your gear and let's go.
Very well. Before I go to the medical droid, to the medical droid that has a crystal, and I then ask the droid, what's her condition? Is she stable?
Her condition is unchanged.
Alright, we're getting some Bacta tanks installed. As soon as they're installed, be sure to use them as you see fit.
As you wish, sir.
And I grab my weapons.
Crystal just kind of looks at you. Looks at you so you kind of walk in. It sounds like someone's getting into trouble.
Crystal says that?
Yeah, she's like someone's getting into trouble as usual.
It says, and Dex just sighs, you don't know the half of it. And Dex just turns to Crystal, be well. And
that's what I'm in here for, in case you're wondering.
Wow, trying to be nice to Crystal, and she still holds the grudge. So Dex is going to follow CT and is basically asking how we're going to do this, basically, is what Dex is inquiring. So, how will we try to acquire this? What's the plan?
We're going to go in, see who's there, what the building looks like, figure out what the general landscape is, see if we can find a way to negotiate amicably without causing problems, and then from there, if that doesn't work, we can discuss or figure it out.
Very well. And Dex puts on in like his hood and cloak and everything.
Gonna make sure I got my helmet back on before we leave the ship, but still just kind of get ready to go.
Yep, so Dex is following CT's lead, basically.
Okay. So, before that occurs, I need to talk to our two schmucks in the corner.
Alone. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess we'll see what's what. Is there something you want me to be prepared for, or... CT.
Sir, what?
I'm talking to you while, like, the force is handling those two. Like, is there something you want me to be prepared for when we get into the store? Like, what do you want me to... like, do once we get there? Do you want me to just stay silent, let you do the talking? Or do you want me to basically look around and see what I could see?
I mean, I'd definitely look around and see what you can see, but I would not try to threaten anybody or escalate a situation before it gets to no return. Okay,
because my blaster rifle, my heavy blaster rifle is just strapped to my back and everything, and I have no visible weapons except for that one weapon. So, like, I'm not gonna cause trouble. I'm just gonna, like, do as you say. I mean, like, I'm not here. I'm just following what you said, that, hey, if we could get this back to Gotun, then probably it might persuade Gotun to help us.
Okay. I mean, I just don't know what to expect when we get in there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect as well, and that is what scares me.
I'm just not trying to plan too far ahead without any clue as to what might be there. But
I'm just asking, how do we want to do this? How do we want to play this?
My best strategy at the moment is the sense that I can use like a force enhanced like social check.
So basically, listen, don't act, basically.
I'm not saying that's going to be our solution in the end. I'm just saying, no.
For me, basically. Like, listen to what they're saying, but don't act on anything yet, basically.
Yeah, I'd say at least not until, we figure out where the conversation is headed. I mean, if I can't influence them, or there's not another better avenue before we even try that, I really don't know what we're walking into. I mean, like, it could literally be like we're negotiating with droids. Well, I can't use force-based influence on droids. Like, it's just not going to work.
That I get. Ooh. They're rolling. I really wish I could hear. I really wish I wanted to hear what they're saying, but okay.
Yeah.
Also, you have a weapon on you, yes?
He has a blaster pistol, but I mean, if you're paying attention, he also has. They're probably not clipped in an obvious place, but he has at least Viserian's lightsaber clipped onto his belt.
Okay, because the reason is, I would say, like, while you were at the hospital, like, I should have said this earlier, but, like, was not paying attention. I would probably might have jury-rigged my blaster rifle.
Jury-rigged it how?
Gave it, like, extra damage, I guess. I don't know.
Oh.
Because the damage it does is 10, or maybe, I don't know what else I could do with jury-rigged. It says give an permanent, like, improvement. I don't know what improvements can be done to it. But I do know that it is very good to have.
Oh, that is not good when they're rolling resilience.
They are being tortured. Great. That's
the same conclusion I'm coming to.
Great. So not good. They're being tortured by a damn Inquisitor. So not good.
Well, I know that we're not really supposed to know what's going on, but on the plus side, it looks like Viserion left off one difficulty dice. But even with that in place, that would still give him 3 light side pips to alter the roll, which means he could still succeed with 1 threat.
I guess that makes sense.
Back, he would still be able to succeed and get rid of the threat.
Huh.
I mean, so he could have like 2 successes, no advantage, or he could have 1 success, 1 advantage, right?
I'm thinking.
Whatever. He could definitely succeed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not as fluent in this system. I know D&D 5e. That's it.
So Viserion was the character that was not around when I did I was driving and just listening to y'all play before I made a character.
Yeah.
So ironically, I think that there are some elements of how we built our characters that are similar, but it is not that unique to have people that are Force users that lean into getting the abilities that let them roll their Force dice with skills.
Exactly.
And now Killer Joe is rolling.
Well, it's True Light and Sweet Arc.
Yeah, but there's a lot less context about what's happening now. Oh, you know what? I'm going to ask you a question real quick while we're waiting.
Sure.
On our character sheets, how do I edit the skill pieces like...
Oh, okay, so,
like if I need to add extra kind of dice to things.
Okay, so... okay, so if you're, like, adding... Okay, like say, oh hey, I give you a boost die. Is that what you're asking about, or you know how?
No, I mean like if I want to actually add dice to the skills, so they always roll with the skill no matter what.
Okay.
And the reason why.
Okay, it depends on the skill, because if you like get like say the like the assassin thing called Quick Strike, it's like I add per rank of Quick Strike, so meaning I need to add those in. But Stalker, so add per rank to all checks, so that does that automatically in your roll. So like my stealths and coordinations all have like the blue die added in. It depends on the skill, like especially in Operator, because I have the Galaxy Mapper, so I'm able to remove a black die per rank of this. So like in my astrogation, I have a remove black die because it says I have this because of the talent. So like I don't know what talents you have, but like say you take like Scout for instance, and Scout
like just real quick, I understand what you're saying, but
yeah.
all of what you're saying is not helping me right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I think it is. It's just like to add it permanently in, like ranks, to put in ranks, like two ranks.
No, I was trying to tell you what I meant, but then you keep cutting me off.
Like, sorry. It's just like I thought I knew what you meant.
So very specifically, the one I'm worried about right now is I now am able to add my Force dice to initiative checks, whether that's like cool or vigilance. But if I roll it in the combat screen, it's not going to pop up that way. So I was just curious if there's a way to actually add the dice in there. Like I already have some blue dice and some negative black dice and stuff thrown in to my skill checks. I just didn't know how I could get them there, because that happened with the Ogdude import.
That I do not know.
Okay, well then we're good. That's all I was asking.
I don't know, because again, I don't use Ogdude, so I don't know much. Probably ask the GM when he gets back, probably.
No, I'm not going to stress about it. I have a workaround I can use.
Alright.
I don't know. Maybe it will be there when we do the first roll. Who knows? But I doubt it will be.
Yeah, doubt it. So Ryan also rolled resilience and he succeeded, so I don't know what's going on. Really don't know.
I'm gonna go with a wild guess saying they're being tortured for information.
Yep. But what type of information, we do not know.
And they've got a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, I'm glad that they've got a lot of stuff going on. It's just, it's like a whole different level of kind of like interest/suspense when you're sitting here and you're like, I don't know what they're doing.
Exactly. I wish to hear and everything.
I'm actually fine not hearing, like, because I think it makes it a little suspenseful to not know. It's just sitting in silence is kind of like the odd part.
Oh, they're rolling. Oh, discipline.
That's probably a force power being used. No, it'd go the other way if he was using a force power against him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know the force powers because I am not a force user.
Well, I just meant like.
No, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant.
Do you play any other online games?
Yeah, I play Star Wars: The Old Republic.
I meant like any other online RPGs.
Well, I run my own D&D game. So, yeah.
Fifth edition, I'm guessing?
Yes, 5th edition.
What are the, like the players in the party? Like what kind of...
Okay, so I have a warlock who is, I'm thinking a Hexblade warlock using some homebrew content that I made for them because he wanted his patron to be basically a samurai ghost thing. So I allowed that. We have a wizard human variant who also is a bit in the warlock but is mostly the healer. We have, trying to remember, hang on, we have a half orc ranger who is using the Goliath and the half orc traits. We have I'm thinking we have we have a tiefling sorcerer who is using like the mind flayer, who is basically a genetic bred weapon that does not know that is born from a destructive Elderlich god, so there's that. And we have 2 new players that joined, who are a half-orc and a Goliath. And one of them is a monk, while the other is a Echo Knight. So yeah, that's what the group consists of right now.
Seems like you got a lot of casters.
Well, monk barbarian, I'm thinking, is what the monk is. So yeah.
I'm not saying everybody's a caster. I'm just saying you.
Yeah,
you
yeah. I mean, like I'm not like yeah. Everybody is going for casters. I mean, like it's entirely up to them what they want to use. So.
I wasn't even trying to. I wasn't trying to judge him either.
No,
Jax.
no. I'm saying like, hey, that means like I could have more fun with basically giving them magical problems to solve. Because my world is basically built around, you know, of having Egypt, the Roman Empire, and the Viking Empire mixed with the samurai. So, you know, like to basically give that. So we have the real Pantheon stuff. And it's actually very fun. Because right now the group is basically investing a type of corruption thing that's infecting the living things, kind of like a plague of sorts. And basically they're trying to head to the capital so they could report their findings, start their investigations, but they're getting sidetracked by other things. Negotiation. Not good. Not good at all. Trying to negotiate with a supposed cis. That is... Oh boy.
Well, that last resilience check didn't go so great either.
I don't know what they are trying to get the information.
Now we're back to the main cast. You two, Dex and Helios, have arrived across the street from this fortress.
I was going to say, before we go, I actually do want to rest a little bit, because I really want to try to get my strain down before we leave the ship and go do all this stuff.
Yeah, and also I would say, like, while Helios was at the hospital, and when the people were basically doing the installation, I wanted to jury rig my heavy blaster rifle, and
look at you.
And I do know that I could up the damage or something, or the range. I don't know exactly what options I could do with jury rig.
My God, there's a whole list of things you can do with all the talent. Let's see. I know we've talked about this before. Alright, jury rigs does exactly this. The character chooses one personal weapon or piece of armor per rank of jury rig. He may increase the damage of the weapon by 1, decrease the advantage cost on its critical, or any other single effect by 1 to a minimum of 1. Or increase armor's range or melee defense by 1.
Ooh.
Alternatively, he can decrease the encumbrance of the item by 2 to a minimum of 1. This bonus only applies so long as the character is using the item. If the item is ever lost or destroyed, the character may apply jury rig to a new personal weapon or piece of armor.
Okay, so I will downgrade the critical need for the crit to happen. So instead of 3, I'm going to downgrade it to 2 crits. So if I get 2 advantage, I could crit.
Alright.
So yeah. So that's what I do.
Okay. Alright. Anything else? You guys taking a rest?
Well,
yeah,
What are you
we'll
rolling for?
rest.
Yeah.
The recovery strain.
Well, if you're taking a rest, you just recover all your strain.
I was trying to see how much I could recover, but yes, I think I'm just gonna have to actually take a rest.
yeah, while I watch over him.
I don't know if that's the way he wants that done, but okay.
No, I'm just making sure that no one tries to, like, steal stuff from him and all of that.
I got you. On your ship, okay.
Well, I I don't know what these workers do in their free time. Like, maybe they steal or something. I don't know, because again, we're on a planet that does slavery, dude. Okay.
Just because they're slavers doesn't mean they're criminals. Gosh.
Oh, so whatever.
Your prejudices are just showing hard today, young man.
Hey, I don't know. Again, I've never been to this planet, so I don't know.
I can't blame him for not trusting slavers. They're the bottom of the food chain.
Exactly.
At any rate, so you take a rest, recover all your strain. By the time you wake up, Helios, the back of the tanks are now tall standing and are installed into the tortoise. They're saying the last thing they're doing, you can hear like a pump outside. They're pumping the fluid into the tanks themselves and putting in the filtration system so that you can filter the back of the tanks as needed.
Sounds good.
They will inform you that the tanks will need to be refreshed about once every 3 months. And once a month under heavy uses, but once every 3 months just to keep it clean and effective.
Sounds good.
Good to know.
And you already paid them, correct?
Yeah, Deck paid last session.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure. They thank you. They kind of hold out a hand.
I paid him, obviously.
You have to provide the service tip.
Which I did. The 16,000 is plus the service tip.
Who do you think got that?
Did you give that to the store up front?
Oh. No, okay, so I give that to them, basically.
You give them 16,000 credits?
No.
No.
I know but you're not clarifying how much you're giving them. Is what I'm trying to say.
No. Okay. Okay. How much does the bacta tank cost again?
Oh, you all that math okay?
Like so I could do it again. It's been 3 weeks, dude.
It costs like
These are nobodies, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not gonna work.
He's trying to be like, go away, of course.
No, I was actually just gonna read their thoughts and see how much money they wanted.
Okay, cool.
But it's not worth it to use dark side tips.
Gotcha. Seeing as you guys are having this whole like, should we? They just kind of like shake their head and like, yeah, forget it. And they kind of walk off.
Oh no, I'm gonna give them some money. I just because when I'm doing that, I would have been like looking.
These are working class people.
Huh?
These are working class people.
No, I'm just asking, dude. I'm asking how much money, okay, so I could properly like do that.
How many of them are there?
There's like 4 of them.
I'm gonna give them 200 credits. That's 50 credits each.
They'll take it. They'll smile and say thank you for your generosity, and they will walk off in a much better mood.
No, oh my god. Like I ask and all of that. It's been like 3 weeks, dude. 3 weeks.
Yes, it's been 3 weeks, and you want me to do all that math twice.
No, I'm asking that, okay? And then I would have done the math. Just tell me, and then like I would have done that, and then added the servicing on my own. But like, no,
what
you
I'm
decide.
telling you is I don't remember how much it costs.
Okay.
I'll have to do the math again.
Okay, whatever. I paid for it. Blah blah blah. We have the freaking things, and then like, gonna head up to the store. Whatever. Let's speed this up, I guess.
Gotcha. So, with that being said, you guys finally make your way to the shop. Across the street, not clearly plain in sight, so you can see it in all its glory. How are you approaching this?
We already discussed how we're approaching this, so...
I wanted you to give a chance for a last-minute plan if you had one. I also didn't want to assume you just walked through the door without anything else happening. So, are you just gonna go
Are there
in?
guards outside?
No. There just appear, though, to be a security camera, outside the door.
Have I seen anybody walk into the store at all?
Do you wait outside the store to see if anything happens?
Is there like a food establishment nearby we can sit down and just kind of like eat and then just sort of like casually observe what's happening?
The building you're next to happens to be a restaurant.
Yeah.
Actually, it has to be more of a canteen, honestly.
That's fine. I'll get something to eat. Dex, would you like anything?
Dex just slowly turns to Helios. I don't know, I wouldn't mind having good company right now and talk, I guess, is something we could do.
Okay. What would you like to talk about, Dex?
I don't know, recent shenanigans, I guess. Ugh. You can see that he puts his hand on his faceplate. And that's basically what he says.
Yes, I too wish that I could have good company for conversation as I take a sip of my drink. As we sit there in silence, do I see anybody go into the store?
So, after a few moments of awkward silence, you do note that one male does walk into the door of the shop. But a few moments later, you see him running outside, almost in fear.
Him?
Yes. The customer who just walked in.
Okay, I'll get up and walk over. Well, I guess jog over to where he's at. Are you okay, sir?
Oh, he is, that guy is a madman. And he's just kind of like speed walking away.
Just catch up to him, and then kind of put my hand on his shoulder, and what man? What's wrong? How can I help?
Darling,
He's really worked up.
He's never like this before. I used to go in, we talk, he'd show me some merchandise. Right now he's just obsessing over this thing.
Well, maybe I can help him. I'm gonna walk over to the door without this guy. He doesn't need to go with me. I'm just gonna walk over to the door, motion for Dex, and
Dex
does the door automatically open, or do I have to push a button?
No, the doors are pretty automatic.
All right, go inside.
You can go inside and you see that this place is an arrangement of like different weapons and armor from all over the place. You can see stuff from way back when we were during the Republic era, old stuff. You see parts of droids from the Separatists. You can see things that are more recent, newest models of certain weapons and armors that are available in other markets as well. But you see the man from your vision before sitting at the counter, and on the counter appears to be a lightsaber, and he's just staring at it, like his arms are over, he's just like oogling at it.
When you say his arms are over it, what exactly do you mean?
He's kind of like that old, like, imagine if you just like you're like, my precious, kind of like a look. He's not touching it, but it's like his hands are over his, like, he doesn't just like strange. It's like you can just see his eyes are locked on this thing.
Dex, go stand outside, but like with the door open, please.
Dex slowly backs away and does what Helio says.
And I'm gonna slowly back up too. And then I'm gonna be like, Dex?
Yes.
Can you move your arms to a 90-degree angle, please? Hands open.
I do that. I don't know what's happening. I'm scared. like Dex just says, I don't know what's going on. I have this emotion right now.
He's not touching the object. I'm gonna use the move power, and I'm gonna hurl that lightsaber into Dex's hand.
Oh god. Oh god.
Okay. Roll roll to use the force power.
5 lights. Ooh. Let's go.
It happens incredibly fast, but Dex, you just feel something slam into your hand. In the moment, you're just holding this cylinder.
Go, and then we're both gonna leave the door.
Dex.
Yeah. All you hear is a what?
Dex just starts running. He doesn't know what's going on. Like, he has enough of the force of what's going on. Like, he just sees us like, oh great, Helios is a force user, and like, okay, that doesn't matter. And as soon as the guy says what, like, he just starts booking it. Like, I don't know, do you want to head back to the ship, or do you want to head to the hospital, Helios?
Are you talking about this mid-run?
I guess so. I don't know.
You guys hear, thieves! Thieves! Get that droid!
Oh my
god. I'm just gonna on the comm channel. You go to the ship, and it should be loaded with the Bacta by now. Head to the hospital, and we'll get Go-Turn transferred.
So you want me to head? Okay. So out of character, you want me to head to the ship, get it flying, fly over to the hospital while you go get Go-Turn?
Yes.
Okay, I do that. I run to the ship. I book to the freaking ship. Wait, hold on. Hello?
He is chasing after you. He's not right behind you, but he's definitely following you.
Okay, and I'm just
The guy that screamed thief is following him?
Huh?
The guy that screamed thief is following him?
Yes.
You know what? Before I break away from Dex to chase out down to the hospital, just kind of stop for one moment, and right before, like right in front of the guy, I'm just gonna like tip something over, like a chair or something, for him to be able to trip on it. Just like knock it over into his path, like right there in front of him.
Okay.
But just in the like a just let it fall over kind of a way.
So I'm going to roll a athletics check for this man. He's mid-run. It's not. I can imagine it's big enough to it would obscure. It would slow him down a bit, but he's a big guy. Let's see what he does.
Well, I'm looking for something that's going to trip him.
He jumps over something, but he is slowed down a bit. But he doesn't fall over, if that's what you're looking for.
I'm looking for him to fall over.
You need something bigger than that. It's like, get out of my way! There's still more. There's like there appears to depends on like it depends on the object and the timing. I guess would be what you're looking for.
Right.
It's mine. Are you trying to find something nearby that would definitely do the job?
Yes.
You know, a light side point to say this thing is right there and will give you a good shot. You can add the fact into the game. Hey, it's up to you.
Okay, the guy was slowed down, like, enough that, like, I could turn a corner and everything and he would lose sight of me.
Hold.
Okay.
Alright, so what object are you using to slow him down?
I'm gonna say there's a piece of rope tied to like the bottom of like rope or chain tied to the bottom of like an object, and as he's running, I'm just gonna like pick up and flick the chain or the rope out so that he basically has a tripwire, and then just let it fall.
All right. So I am going to have that. Hey! I tried. You know what? Since you use a light side point, I'll just say that works. He will fall flat on his face.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna turn and go off to the hospital.
Okay, with this, could I like turn the corner and everything? And
you're already running still.
Yeah, I'm running. Okay, and like, yeah, so. Running, probably even using stealth to move around so he doesn't find me and all of that. So yeah.
Stealth might slow you down a bit too.
Well, okay, so I'll just keep booking it to the ship.
I bet you will. And Helios, you were heading back towards the hospital?
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and call the hospital. And let them know that, you know what? Not the hospital. I'm just going to call the contact in the room. Tell her that I have the item, that our ship can now accommodate Go Turn and a back to tank, and ask if she can just go ahead and start the process of getting like the stuff, paperwork, and approvals done to transfer her, and our ship is headed there to pick her up.
So she'll say sure, but she'll also add. I assume you've accomplished what you need because your friend here has become a bit more animated in the last couple of moments.
Yes, we have the item.
I will go ahead and request the medical professionals to prep her for transport. I hope you didn't get into too much trouble.
Actually, very little compared to normal.
Let's hope that lasts.
It probably won't, but I have a feeling we're leaving here soon.
I will meet you outside the hospital, hopefully. And she will cut the communications. Dex, you have arrived to the ship. The engineers have just detached the pups from the bottom of the ship. and they will say, "Ah, sir." They say it's already finished. We've just finished pumping it and installing the filtration system, so you should be good to go.
So
now, did you need anything extra? We have more. We can get you another Bacta tank. We can get you some more spare Bacta in the back of your ship.
I'm just gonna say, do you have spare Bacta right now?
Oh, we can go get it. It's not a problem. It's very heavy to carry around.
Okay, and then he's then gonna ask, is there spare Bacta, or could I request Bacta at the hospital?
They typically use that for their patients, but you have to work that out with the doctors themselves.
Okay, good to know. And say, no, there's no need, thank you. And Dex is going to, how many workers are there?
There's 4 of them.
Okay, 4 of them? Okay, give me a moment. I need to get my calculator here.
This man here is doing high-speed calculations in the middle of a high-speed chase.
Okay. Dex is basically going to give them 1,000 credits, so that's 250 for all 4 of them, and say, you never saw us here.
Fate catches like, I say, thank you, sir, thank you, and they take the equipment and they rush off.
Yeah. So I will get rid of like 1,000 credits, and I get into ship and I start activating it and start booking it to the hospital.
As you are rising up, getting ready to take off, and you're getting high enough to get past the village, you can see one individual person running around, scampering around, running around, looking for somebody or something.
Okay, and I nonchalantly, casually flying over to the hospital. So yes, going back to CT.
Alright, CT, you arrive and you can see your contact from before is outside the hospital with a few doctors, and Go-Turn is on a floating gurney of sorts. He said one of them will step forward as like, because it's the doctor you remember from before. It was like, you must be here for the patient here.
Correct.
Yes. Your friend seemed very. Your colleague here seemed very insistent that we have this patient moved. However, time is limited. For our best condition, we need to move her into another medical facility as soon as possible. Do you have one now?
Yes, it's on my ship, which is headed over here at this moment.
I wish I'd known you were bringing a ship. I'll get the hangar on the top of this building cleared, and if you have the transponder close to your ship, we'll get the clearance set up and everything. It might take a few moments. And as you are hearing this, you can see and hear the ship already on its way.
That's my ship there.
We don't have the time. I'll make some calls. Stay here. Stay right. Bring the patient towards the rooftop, and the other 2 nurses will nod and begin to Go-Turn back into the hospital.
Stay with Go-Turn.
Mm-hmm. As you're passing by to go inside, your contact will stand like, I'm going to go. I will go on some my own sort of transport. I suggest we meet up somewhere else where there's less eyes looking at it.
Do you have a location you would like to meet? Somewhere else on this planet, or somewhere else entirely different?
Somewhere else entirely different, just to make sure we can discuss the next steps forward in peace.
Any recommendations for where you'd like to go?
She will think about it for a moment. I think Felucia would do us just fine. It's a jungle planet, inhabited by its native species, and no one really has any control over it. It's neutral ground. We should be fine there.
All right, Felucia it is.
She will nod and she will begin to walk off. Dex, I need you to make a average piloting planetary check with a 1 setback, please, for your rush behind.
Okay, so piloting
Planetary.
space?
Planetary.
Not. I'm in a spacecraft, dude. There's difference.
You are in an atmosphere, my guy.
No, okay. Space.
Atmospheric flying is different from space flying, my guy.
No. Space means spacecraft. Planetary means like the hover bikes and all of that.
I am well aware what it means. It has to do with both the vehicle and the atmosphere you are in.
Fine.
I know how it works. I promise you.
Alright, because I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Okay, what's the difficulty?
As I said, it's an average. 1 setback. Alright, you will manage to quickly dock yourself onto the hangar, and you will need a perfect landing. CT, you go up with the nurses who are going at a pretty slow pace. They're not really rushing, they're just kind of walking up, trying to be as careful as possible. Are you pushing them forward, or are you just not walking with them at this point?
I'm going with them, but I am gonna kind of like, just express my concern that we seem to be moving a little slow.
The patient is in a fragile condition. It's best if and you can see Goturn's hand begin to rise up and reach towards the ceiling. It's like, oh, please, man, please, keep still. And you can see her like straining further to like hold something in her hand.
I'm gonna put my hand in her hand, and then I'm just gonna say, I know how badly you want, and just kind of like pause. That's where we're headed. It's okay. You can relax. Soon, everything will be okay again.
All right. Are you yeah. She'll kind of like squeeze your hand tightly, and she is strong. Like, even without the mask, she has a strong grip. But she holds on to you for a bit, and she seems to calm down ever so slightly. The nurses will kind of like look at each other with a bit of concern in their eyes, but they'll keep moving forward. Dex.
Yep.
Quick question.
Oh boy.
Where's that lightsaber?
It's on me. Why?
Is it now?
Oh.
You want to do me a favor?
Oh god.
Could you make a hard resilience check for me, please, with 1 setback?
Fuck. Okay, let me find resilience. Hard, 3 purple.
Yes, sir. 1 black.
Oh, thank God.
You feel a mighty tug on your waist, or whatever you're holding it as it feels like something got super heavy on your body. For the rest of this seemingly encounter, you're going to have to unfortunately add 2 setback die to whatever you do until you get rid of that thing.
Alright.
Alright. For the moment, it just seems like this weight is on you. Then you can see the distant door opens, and you can see a gurney being floated out with 2 nurses and CT, followed by a doctor. And CT is currently holding Goturn's hand as they're walking towards the ship.
Okay.
Are you gonna open the door?
Yes, I opened the landing cargo thing to let them in.
Yep. They slide her in. They walk into the ship, go through the cargo bay into the main portion, and they see the back of the tank. They load her inside, and they'll press a few buttons. They'll look at a few charts, press a few buttons according to the chart, and the back thing will begin to load full of Bacta.
Alright.
And she'll sort of as they're closing the glass container, she'll kind of linger her hand on into CT before she lets go.
So I'm gonna tell Dex to grab like a steel tube or something.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take her lightsaber, seal it in the steel tube, and just throw it into the back tank with her, so that she could actually put her hands on the tube and it won't have Bacta inside that tube.
Alright, so I do as he says, and I hand him the saber.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
I'll even kind of put it kind of in her chest area, so if she wants to sort of hold on to it like a stuffed animal, she could.
Yeah. Wow. This is just demeaning at the same time. As you pick up the saber to give, you feel jerk and go towards the direction where CT's already is. And CT, you just see him kind of almost throw it at you for a moment. Do you take it from Dex?
Yeah.
Should you make a hard resilience check with 1 setback, please?
Hard resilience. Alright.
And are you grabbing the lightsaber itself?
Yes. I mean, I'm trying to get it into the tube. I don't have to touch it to get it in the tube. I will, but if I got to touch it, I'm going to. I mean,
you got to put it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to roll the setback. How many setback?
1.
Just roll 1 black die.
So I will use the 2 light sides to get successes. So it'll still succeed.
Yeah, cool. So you managed to wrestle and grip the thing with such control that you managed to have, and then you have another bit of a vision. You can feel a great amount of anger and frustration is focused into this thing. And you go back to that moment where Goturn's sitting on the ground. You can see the pieces flying around. You can see Amit almost slide into place, and they, in a strange way, delicately form together until they form this hilt. And it isn't until now you notice this hilt is a bit longer than what you're used to. It's almost like a two-handed weapon rather than a one-handed that most lightsabers are. There is a bit of almost like a claw at the end, but rather it's looking sinister. It just looks kind of fierce. And now that you can see it looks almost like this hard, almost obsidian look to it. The grip is a bit rough in your hands and almost grating, but you can tell it's been gripped, almost formed in a way by someone. In that moment, you can feel like you suddenly get the sense of a feel or more of a focus. You feel like your emotions are a lot more violent, but not out of control, in a sense. And rather than feel like a great darkness, you feel more of like a dim, glowing light. And it is in that moment that you see or feel that whatever light to Goturn had, she put into this weapon to kind of balance herself out.
That is a weird approach, but I will let her take it for now.
Cool. She will take it, and you can see it's an instant calm. And from that calm, you can feel, again, a move of the force pulsing out from almost like a gentle little heartbeat. And she will fall asleep. Just like that. Holding it with two hands, not close to her chest, like some child. But you can see her holding it almost like she's holding a weapon in her hand. And she's calmer.
Once they've departed the ship and the bays are closed, alright, Dex, we're headed to Felucia. We need to leave and go quickly.
Okay, I do that. I plot a course for Felucia.
Fantastic. And you've never done it before.
Before we actually hit hyperspace, I'm gonna try to see if I can sense where Viserion and Joe's character is.
Ryan.
Using what?
Thank you. I don't know why I was blanking on your character's name.
That's okay.
Using what exactly?
Seek.
Seek? Fantastic. Ooh. It's just a flat. Again, I always ask, but.
Well, I guess it's your call on whether it's going to be hard to find them. If something's causing a problem locating them, if they're trying to resist being found, if it doesn't matter if they want to be found or not. I mean...
Gotcha. Yeah. It will be an opposed power check. It'll be just 2 red, 1 purple.
Okay. Not great odds. We'll see. Oh, well.
Oh! So
Uh,
how bad do you want to succeed? Now, do you want this to work for yourself?
well, I need to know where they are, and this is probably my best chance. And I'm stuck with that despair regardless, so...
How many dark side points are you using?
I'm gonna go with 3.
3. So please take 3 strain and 3 conflict. You are at a total of 7 conflict for the session.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you reach out. Yeah, you can tell, like, you have a moment of clarity, but you can't quite reach out. And again, you know you need to do this. Your friends need you. In a moment of disparity, needing to get this done so you can accomplish your mission, so you don't fail, you tap into a part of yourself you know you shouldn't, and you reach and look out, and you instantly get to a point where you're in a dark room, and all you see is 2 figures in there. You see Viserion seemingly sleeping in midair, and you see Joe. Joe appears almost like he's talking to someone, but you don't see exactly who. But you also notice that they don't seem to be moving at all. It's like he's frozen in place somewhat. Only his eyes and mouth appear to be moving in any real capacity. And you kind of zoom out a bit, and you reach out, see a bigger facility, a lot more, just almost like a fortress you now see, on some other planet. There's a great amount of water surrounding this fortress there, and you watch out and you see a planet I don't believe you've seen before. And then, but you do know that by looking at it, you can probably find it then. But before you can pull out, you're suddenly reached back in, and you're put face to face with this Inquisitor again. He looks at you almost like seems to like acknowledge you, and all you get is like his eyes narrow down at you. You can feel like a predator, like a prey being hunted by a predator. A constant watch over your shoulder. And you pass out. And that's where we'll end for the day, guys. Hope we all enjoyed ourselves.
That we did.
Had fun, got done wanted to get done for today.
Mm-hmm.
Hope we all learned and grew as people.
As much as people would go for a droid.
I mean, apparently they go pretty far.
At least you got your mobility back.
Yes, at least I do that, and I thoroughly tested it out by running for my dear life.
You sure did. Yeah. I think that's good. Hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Oh, it wasn't 5, it was 7, my guy.
I know, but I have a talent that reduces the conflict by 2.
Oh, look at you.
Like, this is just me freaking running away from the guy. Karmically just running away.
He gains more light side.
Yes, look at that. Despite all that happened. Yeah, I say for this, for all people involved, 15 solid experience.
Thank you, Mr. GM, sir.
Mr. GM, sir. Goodness. Yeah. Congratulations to everyone. Good job. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please pass them my way. As usual, always.
Can I ask one now?
Sure.
Did you want to can we get together, talk about the character? I didn't get a chance to do that yet. I didn't know what your availability is.
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't quite get your last message to me. I saw it. Oh, dang, he did ask about that, didn't he?
Yes,
it's
I
not
also...
a big deal. I'm not. I don't think I have a lot to cover, but we could, if you're available sometime in the afternoon during the weekday, it's fine.
This week I will not be as available as I usually am.
Okay.
I will be very, very much not. If you want to do it today, I can fit it in.
I got kind of a headache, so I'm having a hard time concentrating, sir.
I got you. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Maybe we could do it next week after the session.
Sure. Yeah. No issue there at all.
Yeah. Okay.
I will end the recording.
Cool.